Listen, what I'd like to do now is ask any of the vendors to come up and say 1 or 2 minutes about their respective company. We have Mr. Antoine Downs recording this. And if I'm not mistaken, this will end up on the True Golf Network on YouTube, correct? All right. So this is a chance for you to get some publicity. And I would highly encourage you to come up. Don't be shy and talk 1 or 2 minutes about your company. Do we have anybody that wants to come up and talk about their particular organization? Whether it's their company or your community organization, now's the time to do it. Now's not the time to be shy. Anybody want to come up? Come on, Ron. Ron is for certain seldom at a loss for words. I give you Ron Everett of Opus Organization.
Thanks, Jim. It would be great if we had a bigger crowd, but at the same time, the idea of networking, the idea of you telling somebody about what you've experienced, and I'm certainly going to be telling a lot of people about what I'm experiencing. And I want to say thank you to Jim for making all this happen. I met Jim a few years ago at a summit for golfers, and since then, it has focused me on the world of golf. And I say the world of golf because if you've been listening, the world of golf is more than just playing golf. The challenge is golf is intimidating. And because it's intimidating, it's hard to get people on the same page. So what I do at Opus, I reach out to business owners, to professionals, which is what our platform was designed to do, and let them share what they're doing with other people on our Zoom platform. And the intent is to make a personal connection. One of the things that I was kind of implying when talking to Camille, it's if you go on social media, you can see stuff, you can read stuff, but the question is, or the challenge is, making that personal connection. Now, no matter what I read, what I see, videos I look at, the connection I can make with somebody like Camille being in the room is much more powerful. So I actually recommend and promote those personal connections. I recently had an experience visiting Shady Rest. Now, we've seen a lot of stuff about Shady Rest. In my golf program, I talk to folks about the history of golf. And I can see different things, I can read different things, but Jim connected me with Tom. Tom is one of the, I guess, what do you call it? He's a chairman at the Shady Rest. And I actually visited the Shady Rest. I talked with Tom. Tom took me on a little tour around the course. Much more powerful than the videos I've been seeing or the stuff I've read about. So again, my organization is Opus Organization. And what I want to do, what I will be doing is I will be sending out invitations to just about anybody that Jim can give me access to come on our platform and tell people about what you do. Make that personal connection. One of the things I've started recently is interviewing folks on my platform, where you come on and you have the opportunity to tell people about your journey to success. That means telling people about who you are, what you are, how you started, what kind of challenges that you faced along the way, how did you overcome those challenges, and ultimately what that means to you, because those conversations will be just as important to the audience as they are to you, and vice versa. Because I interviewed Jim, and I interviewed a number of people. And what I found is we give them 20 minutes to talk. And in that 20 minutes, they start sharing things they never knew they were going to talk about. And I've had people come on and they've come on with some of their relatives. The relatives will, after hearing you make that presentation, so to speak, he said, I didn't know that. That is important because they've made a personal connection and they've articulated what's been happening in their lives, things that you kind of take for granted, you bury away because you're doing it. Well, when you have to, like right now, I'm sitting up here, I'm standing up here talking, and I'm sharing stuff that I don't get to share with people all the time. Talking, I can just say anything. Even if I'm writing, I can't write everything down. So I would encourage you to come out and on our Zoom calls, or more importantly, encourage you to engage in a 20-minute interview. And I say interview, but it's a 20-minute opportunity to share your story. And it's a Zoom call, so it's interactive. So people can get to do what we're doing here now. They can get to ask you questions as opposed to a podcast. You can get to articulate those things in a very personal manner. So I appreciate the opportunity to come up here, Jim. All right. Take care.
Thank you, Ron. I've been on his Zoom calls and they are quite interactive and he gets a great audience. Anyone else want to come up and talk about their business? Come on up right now and take the time that you feel you need. Again, we want to thank True Golf Network for what they're doing. They've been taping the entire proceedings. Come on up, fellas, and talk about a golf collab.
Appreciate it, Jim. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Andrew Ellis. I am one of the founders of A Golf Collab. I have my other two founders here, Rick Carey and Sid Jones. We're based out of Wilmington, Delaware. At the root of our company is introducing people to the game of golf, especially underrepresented communities that haven't had access to the game. Our overall approach is doing this by meeting people where they are. Oftentimes, if we don't have the access, most times we don't know where those environments are and not comfortable in those environments. So we create golf experiences. We do corporate events and packages as well to meet people in different places. We also have apparel. We also have instruction for for individuals and groups. But our goal is just to find the best way to find those new lanes of reaching people where they are.
We also have corporate packaging that we do. We have team building events for businesses. We teach from age 6 to 80. We try to make it fun and engaging and non-intimidating. A lot of times golf can be intimidating to people, especially younger kids. Even adults, even our colleagues, people who we associate with that don't play golf. Yeah, I want to come out there, but I gotta be great to play with you. It's like, dude, I shoot 100. What are you talking about? So, it's like they don't get it, but we try to make it fun. And the way we learned, I'm kind of late to the game. All of us are a little bit late to the game, but I didn't learn as a kid. So I like to learn the way I like to learn. So we kind of tailor the approach to keep people engaged so they're not thinking we're trying to get them prepared for their cue card, next week. So that's the bottom line. We just try to make it fun and engaging and not intimidating. So we hope we can partner with you. A Golf Collab, it's in the name.
Before you go, so here's how I discovered these gentlemen. They were invited by the NAACP to participate in the annual conference in the Fun Zone, I think it was called.
Yeah, the sports hub.
Sports Hub at the NAACP. So if you're good enough for the NAACP on the national level, you need to consider them for the activities you're doing. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
Go buy some stuff. Okay, who do we have next? Come on up. Come on up. Come, see, they're hustling right now. So come on up. Okay, who do we have here? Go right ahead, Quincy. I'm just making that.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Quincy Leonard. I'm the founder of the Leo Golf Academy and the founder and director of the Leo Foundation. And there may be some cards on your table, but this is a tournament that we host called the Legacy Golf Championship. It's a collegiate and junior golf tournament in Montgomery, Alabama. And my man Anton, he was our videographer and photographer there. And we had a great time for the last couple of years. So this will be our third annual event. And we're hosting it there in Montgomery where there's a lot of history. And we want the players and the families to come and enjoy themselves. It's just not a tournament. It's an event. It's around the Juneteenth holiday. And it's a wonderful event. Also, Mr. Beatty, I met him down in at the PGA, not the PGA, the African American Golfers Hall of Fame when I was inducted, and I really thank you for this platform. You done a great job. And I also wrote a book this year, and it was called The Seed: A Golfer Instructor's Journey of Life and Faith and Mentorship. And it's about how I got into the game and how I continue to share that game in the Montgomery area and abroad. So if you ever, please share this information with others and young people. We'd love to have you in Montgomery on June 13th through the 17th. Thank you. Yeah, we do coaching. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I coach a high school team in Montgomery, Alabama called Valiant Cross Academy, which is an all boys school. And we made our first state championship run this year as a team, which was last year. So we're going to try to do it again. And these young men didn't have any experience in the golf game. And so I'm a testament to that. If you introduce a kid and help them, they can succeed. And so that's our mission. That's our goal. And we want to help as many young people as we can. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Quincy. Next, we have the best dressed man in golf, as I call him, Mr. Bob Williams. So here we go. What can I say? It is.
Thank you very much, Tim, and thanks so much for giving us the platform to do this and to be in an environment like this. And like you said, we've come a long way. We got somewhere to go, but we're on it, and we're going to stay with it until it all happens. Guys, my name is Bob Williams. My company is Golf Tournament Productions. I launched my company back in '04. I was working I had a full real-time job in corporate America. I was in what used to be called data processing, if I'm aging myself. And I decided to take an early retirement package because I wanted to start doing something on my own. And while I was sitting back trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I said to myself, I love the game of golf. I would like to do something in golf. And the amazing thing about today is I had no idea all the opportunities that have been shared with us today even existed. So I took the only avenue that I knew, and that was to get into some kind of working with people doing golf tournaments. And so that's my company was based, when I launched my company, it was based actually on doing golf tournaments. And on the side, I slid in silent auctions as a part. And this is all just for fundraising. Well, lo and behold, over the years, my silent auction program kind of evolved into a life all of its own, and it's taken me places I didn't think I would ever be going. I'm here today. I'm obviously in room 108 over there. I am doing a silent auction over there, obviously to raise funds for the expo. But if you get a chance, please go by and see. Now, one of the things I try to do to set myself apart from the others that are doing things similar to what I'm doing is I don't walk into the door with an invoice in my hand. When I go into my companies, I go in there with no invoice at all. I help you. I work. I do the job. At the end of the day, I write you a check and I go home. That's what my company is built on. Okay, so when you go in and see these things, and then additionally, what I also try to do is provide incentives to encourage you to buy my stuff, to bid on my stuff. And what I'm doing this week, what I'm doing right now, and I've already done it to several people already today, all winning bidders that walk out of this door with something in their hand, or one of my pieces in their hand, will also go with a 7-night vacation package to almost anywhere you want to go on the planet. Not only do you get the package, you can take 3 other people with you, and there's no age limit. Out of pocket, taxes and handling is going to cost you $300 for 4 people to stay almost anywhere on the planet you want to go. This is a 3 to 5 star hotel or some nice resort, depending on whatever you go in. Like I stated, there were several people this morning that had to leave early, so we went ahead and closed their bids out, and they went away with that vacation package along with the item they purchased. I will be around throughout the rest of the day, but keep that in mind. The package is valued at around $2,200 that I'm giving away. Okay? Thank you so much, and please come see me.
Listen, with Bob, again, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. He has the auction tables in the middle. And yes, some of you may think well, so do I. It's pricey, but it's worth it. But here's what I want you to think about. Purchase it on behalf of your company or your organization and re-auction it. Okay? So perhaps go in with somebody else in your organization and purchase it, take it back, and use it as an auction item. You've already heard what the perks are with that. So I want to promote Bob. Not only is he the best dressed man in golf, but I know of no one else that writes checks to you for doing business with them. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, come on up. Good.
Good afternoon. I'm going to read what I prepared, then talk a little bit from the heart. My name is Ebony Johnson, and I am the executive director of the Resource Room. I don't stand before you as a seasoned golfer, but definitely a new golfer, but an administrator for over 25 years serving children and families in the Miami community. Today, I'm here because I believe golf can be more than just a sport. It can be a pathway to confidence, discipline, mentorship, and an opportunity for young people who too often don't get a chance to have access to this kind of space. So I'm reaching out to each of you because I need golf professionals. I'm looking for supporters because we need partners that are willing to help us expand our golf opportunities, including indoor golfing. One of my spaces, when I entered into this space 2 years ago, I renovated our space to do indoor golfing that has the top of the line TrackMan, and we're using that to introduce that to our students. Specifically, I'm looking for relationship mentors, volunteers to help us run and sustain our youth golf program, people who are willing to be on our advisory board, resources and funding to cover the cost of instruction, equipment, and ongoing relationships with leaders in the golf industry who can guide us on how we can grow. So, if you're looking for meaningful ways to invest in the next generation, I invite you to connect with me today. Together, we can move barriers and open doors one swing at a time. Thank you. Now I'm going to talk from my heart because I get more than 30 seconds. So one of the things I'm going to talk to my heart is that, like I said, I've been in this space for a very long time, and entering into this has been a little bit difficult. Being in business for 25 years, you think that you can just jump into something and know it. But I learned very quickly that I too need to learn a lot more about the game. One of the things that I'm really proud about is when I introduced the kids to the indoor golfing, I began to talk to to them about the etiquettes around golf. And most of the time in our communities, our students and kids pick on each other. They don't congratulate them. You know, when they're doing something, it's laugh. But I found very quickly I changed that kind of environment and communication and relationship within our youth very fast. Thanks to the help of our coach, who is also here, Coach Eugene Clapp. Thank you so much for being here. We're not just teaching them, but we're teaching them the etiquettes and the discipline. And so they're no longer laughing at each other when they miss the ball, but they're encouraging each other. They're pulling each other to the side. And to me, that's a testament of how we can use this game to change our community and how we treat each other, and then also open this space for those many opportunities. I thank you so much for allowing me to be here today. When he did a post, you know, sometimes God don't make mistakes, and I believe in that, because I didn't know how I was going to, you know, survive even what I am doing now. But I just happened to be on social media. I saw a post that just came up right now saying that this opportunity could be here. And I said this was the next step for me to begin to have relationships with people in the industry. When you're, you know, a 0% or a 0.5% within your community, a black female trying to do something that most may not respect me going into the space because I am not a seasoned golfer, let me know that I need to communicate with you and 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 you, the others that can embrace the fact of what I'm doing within my community and not look at me as a non-golfer, but a person that's moving barriers for not only children, but even black women like myself who are now desiring to come into that space. I know that was a lot, but that was me now talking from the heart and not the prepared speech that I have, because I am very passionate about what I do. I'm very passionate about the space that I'm in, and I definitely believe that there are no mistakes. And so I am now in the golf world, so welcome me, Ebony Johnson.
Ebony, I want to say, I think I received your email on a Saturday and I called you on a Saturday afternoon. So that's the power of communication, but that's the power of our commitment. Kendall, come on up, young lady. Oh, yes, here she is, number 9 on the LPGA. Come on, future. Right, come on, let me stop.
Hello, my name is Kendall Jackson. I am from Houston, Texas. So born in Houston, raised in Pearland, Texas, which is just outside of Houston. Professional golfer, as well as the founder and CEO of KJ10 Inc., which is my new merchandise line I just started. A little bit about myself as a golfer. I just graduated from Howard University, class of 2025. I played all 4 years of college golf there and was able to win 6 times individually, 3-time MVP, and also qualify for the 2021 USGA US Girls Junior and 2024 US Women's AM. So as a professional or as a competitive golfer, golf has been a really big part of my life. My goal now is to compete at the highest level, which is to qualify for the LPGA Tour this time next year. But at the same time, too, looking at some of the top athletes and where they are now, starting to build my brand as I build my professional career. I would say Stephen Curry was a really big part of Howard's golf's resurgence. Without him, Howard Golf would not have a team. So looking to see what he has done as a brand, instead of waiting, oh, let me wait till I've done my career, let me wait till I get here, starting my career and starting my brand at the same time. And a little bit about KJ10 Inc., 10 being, I was born on October 10th, so I was like, 10 works, so we'll keep that. But at the same time, too, I know there's so many people who are like, oh, how can I support it? How can I help? Buy a t-shirt, buy a hat. So I have a couple of my items out here in room 108 for sale, but at the same time, too, really just, like I said, building my brand, building my awareness, especially as a black female golfer. As Mr. Vides mentioned, there's only been 8 black women to ever play on tour and to remain that status. So that is the goal, rather if it's this year, rather if it's next year, to be that 9th LPGA tour member. So thank you so much for this opportunity. So glad to be here and appreciate y'all.
2 years ago, I was at the Southwest Showcase in Dallas, where Kendall was participating, and saw her play there. She's a monster. Don't give her any strokes. I'm telling you right now. And we wish you nothing but the best of success. And she's also the perfect example of how her support system, her dad, her family, everybody has gotten behind her. And she's had an excellent coach with Sam Puryear. at Howard University. So to you, Kendall, we knew you win. Okay? All right. Culture Clubs from California. Come on up and talk.
Thank you, Kendall. I asked you that to make that a hard act to follow, but my name is Mark Thomas. I'm the founder of Culture Clubs. We're located in Temecula, California. Culture Clubs exist to bridge golf heritage and culture into one experience. Our mission is to honor the stories that came before us, give voice to the roots that shaped us, and create gear that connects with the fairway to the culture. From symbolism to style, we're building more than a brand. We're reclaiming space on a course for the next generation. Our motto is story, strength, swing. Every golfer has a story, and you are required to have a form of strength to go beyond that, and then you go with your swing. We're in the process of just trying to reclaim access to golf. My family is listed within regards to 4 generations of golfers, so this was honestly something that just came up randomly, and I'm here. So I'm walking in the door, and I'm not asking for names.
Don't leave. Come back. Okay, now, this gentleman and his family, his wife is here too. He's running a raffle. You've seen if you've been over to the 108, you've seen where he's running a raffle on this jacket. So he's going to do that sometime today, right? Okay. Get your money out, folks. Support this gentleman, all right? Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
The proceeds for that raffle actually go to our process of what we call Swing Forward, and that's going to go to help individuals that are lower access to that, so that you can either purchase clubs, pay for mentorship or guidance within regards to that. So I really truly appreciate your assistance.
Thank you very much. Teddy Tripp, come on up. This gentleman's from Augusta, Georgia, and he has a fascinating story. Anybody here have been to the Masters? Okay. Teddy's going to talk about the type of experience he can offer you at the Masters.
Thank you, Jim. As he stated, I am from Augusta, Georgia, originally from Little Rock, Arkansas, but I am the owner, founder of Green Space Rentals. So we provide housing, concierge, transportation, housekeeping, and we can also provide you tickets to the Masters if that is something that you need as well. And so I am not new to this space. I actually did this work for the city of Augusta through our Chamber of Commerce for Augusta National for about 4 years. And through that, I fell in love with the game of golf. It wasn't one of those things like, hey, there's another way to make great money, because there's money in golf. Growing up, my mom used to put golf on the TV as a way to keep us out of the house because she called it a boring sport. And so little to her surprise, I lost my mom. She was 51 9 years ago. But through that, I have been with the Golf Channel. I do logistics and hospitality. So I cover the Masters, the Ryder Cup, and the US Open logistically for them. And so just sitting in the room with those individuals and seeing the possibilities and seeing the impact that I can make in being able to operate things the way that I feel they should be done in terms of customer service, logistics, and hospitality, and treating people the way that I feel they should be treated versus just looking at them as a number and a figure. That's what drove us to being able to do that. And so just growing up and doing that, and I know we're here because it's about giving back. And so with Green Space Rentals, a great deal of any proceeds that we take in, we take those proceeds. And growing up as the second of 7 to a single mom, a great deal of our proceeds is we have found a way to step over that barrier where individuals say, well, we've created this program, but none of the young people came to it. So we stepped over that barrier and we go to those young people. So we take our work, the mentor work. My wife is an educator and I'm a mentor. I serve on 2 boards in the Augusta area for for at-risk troubled youth. And so we go into the community twice a year We pick those children up where they are, whether it be with grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, or older sibling. We put them on a sprinter bus and we take them to our local driving range. And for 2 hours, they're just able to go out there and hit off the driving range. But it takes them out of their comfort zone. It puts them in a different comfort zone so we can show them that there is another way of life other than running the streets or dribbling a basketball if that didn't work. I played basketball growing up, but I also know that that's not always feasible for everybody. So we just want to be able to get those young people introduced to the game of golf on a grander scale than what they already know. And a lot of times we've had individuals say, hey, we'd love to come and speak to you. The young people that we work with, whenever we bring people down, the first thing they say, oh, Mr. Tripp, you bringing us another suit? I'm like, no, we're not bringing you a suit. But if they don't know you and they don't trust you, 9 times out of 10, if you're coming to speak to them, you're dressed up to where you have on a button down, and they don't trust you, they call me suit, Mr. Suit sometimes, because I go in looking different than them. So we go in where we look like them. We want them to feel comfortable, but we get them out there. And the gentleman that was just talking about from Alabama, just spoke with him. We are going to take a group of our young people. The trip is completely paid for. We do all the fundraising. The kids don't have to come out of pocket for nothing, but we want them to be able to experience the game of golf on a wider platform outside of what they know just in the Augusta area, because they all know it's going to take a lot of work for them to get behind them sacred greens and stuff. And so unless they pay the right amount of money, I can get them a ticket. But other than that, Green Space Rentals is what we own and what we operate. We're truly blessed to be here. But like I said, Green Space Rentals at gsrhomes.net. Love to be able to, if you ever come to the Augusta area, reach out to us. If there's housing on the website that you don't see that fits your needs and you need it, reach out to us and we can find it.
Teddy Tripp, Augusta, Georgia. So here's the historical paradox about this. Lee Elder was the first black person to play in the Masters. I had the opportunity of meeting Lee Elder. He talked about the fact that he could not stay in houses in Augusta. And now we're providing housing in Augusta for the patrons. Think about that for a second. Lee also told me that his meals had to be provided by the college. What's the college in Augusta? AU, Augusta University. Because, his meals had to be provided by the college because he could not get served. Look at where we've come. Teddy, we wish you the best and we thank you. Thank you for your vision. Next, we have Mr. Military Man, who might join a Zoom call from Europe, Africa. There's no telling what time zone Tommy Burns might be in. Tommy is someone I met at the PGA show a few years ago. I'll let him tell you how he's affected the history in golf.
Good evening. My name is Tom Burns, and I'm also from up north in Georgia. I introduced the Golf Challenge coin, and the Golf Challenge coin is a functional challenge coin, and it's based on the military challenge coin tradition. I don't know if you're familiar with the military challenge coin, but you get coins in the military for a number of reasons. Connects you to your unit. You might get one for good performance. At any case, once you have the coin, I have to respond because if I don't, he's going to charge me. But once you have your coin, you're expected to have it on you at all times because it can also be used as a challenge coin. For example, you just finished work, and I know myself at the military, at the end of the day, sometimes we go to the club to happy hour, and we're sitting around the table having a drink, reflecting on how good or how bad the day was. And at some point, you hear that unique sound of a coin making contact with a bar top or a tabletop, and you know immediately it's a coin challenge. So you're scrambling in your pocket and your wallet to respond in kind. Anyone in the group who confesses, "Oh my God, I forgot my coin," you got the next round. So what happened was, shortly before I retired, a high school friend of mine introduced me to golfing. And I took a couple of lessons, and once I got where I could hit the ball, I actually learned to like the game. And at some point after I retired, I got this idea of what if there was a golf challenge pond? And embraced that idea to the point where I was able to design and produce a functional golf challenge coin specifically for the golfing community. Same rules as a military coin applies. Once you finish a round of golf, or you may be at Top Golf or some other social gathering, and you're sitting around talking about how well you played or how poorly you hit the ball, and you hear that sound, you know it's a coin challenge, you know you've got 15 seconds to respond. Anyone in that group who confesses, oh my God, I forgot my coin, next round's on you. Now, a couple of things. Doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be anything you're drinking. Even bottled water is expensive nowadays. And number two, if you initiate the coin challenge and everybody responds with his or her coin, guess who's buying the round of drinks? You are. So I introduced the golf challenge coin to the golfing community here at the PGA show. I think it was in 2022. And that's when I met Jim, who was one of my first customers and remain my customer today. And I'm grateful for that. I greatly appreciate that. But the intent of it is just to kind of spice up the game a little bit, add a little fun, also help to build friendship, camaraderie, and so on. So it's been well embraced by the golfing community. As I said, in 2022, that's where I got a couple of my first customers. And in closing, I'd like to say that I had times when I was in the military when I get up in the morning, I put my uniform on, and I've got one foot out the door, ready to go to work, and I realized, oh my God, I forgot my coin. I go back and I get my coin, and now I felt like I was ready for the challenge. And I'm trying to develop that same mentality within the golfing community. You got the golf club, you got your golf cap, you got your cool sunglasses, and you're about to leave the house and you realize, I don't have my coin. So get your golf challenge coin and be ready for the challenge. And I'd also get me a drink. Oh! I'd also like to publicly say to Jim, thank you. All right.
Here we go. Get your cone up, young man. Yes, Tommy has been a delight. He took the plunge in 2022, I believe it was, and had a booth on the PGA show. And I'm going to tell you, you can get lost in that PGA show with 1,100 booths. And unless you have the money like Titleist or some others, and God bless them. By the way, there's 200 Titleist employees next door. I think you need to make some new friends as soon as we finish here. They're setting up as we speak. One of the things that you learn about trade shows is that look who's around you. It's always an opportunity. Are we invited? No, but don't let that stop us. Here we go.
To drive the Q44. If you asked me when I was 8 or 9 years old, what did I want to be when I grew up? I would have told you a New York City bus driver. My father did it. My grandfather did it. All of their friends that I met did it. So that became my theater and what I aspired to be. And that's why we started the R.L.E. Goforth Foundation. My name is Christopher Everett. I am the founder and CEO of the R.L.E. Goforth Foundation. Our vision is to make golf accessible to all of you. And we do that by 3 ways: exposure, mentorship, and scholarship. So exposure happens with on-course opportunities, getting kids access to be on the course with instructors and individuals that are willing to invest in them and show them how it's done. We've also rolled out our summer school and grade school integrated enrichment program where we leverage my book, Go For It, A Family and Golf Story, to teach language arts, as well as introduce youth to the game of golf and careers within this sport. Mentorship. We have our Life on Par series where we introduce youth to individuals, entrepreneurs, business professionals, and the like that give them insight into other careers, other opportunities that may be outside of their household, outside of their 4 walls. in order for them to see new things that they may be interested and can aspire to. And then lastly, scholarships. Over the last 5 years, we've been able to award $10,000 in scholarships. This year, to celebrate our 5th year in existence, we'll be awarding $10,000 in scholarships this May at our annual Signature Golf Weekend event. Really, really excited about that. As we continue to grow and expand, we're looking for opportunities for sponsors to come on board to help us expand our enrichment programs. And we're also looking for introductions to individuals that can help us to create the Go Forward app, as well as to get Go Forward on screens, large and small, with the opportunity to meet kids where they are. The book is great, but many of our kids today are on screens and on devices, and we want to meet them where they are and bring them along to new experiences and new opportunities. Because we understand if you can show a young person a new opportunity, you can show them a new way to grow. So thank you for your time and appreciate it.
Absolutely. What they see is what they can be. Exactly right. So, Mr. Jeff Lee, if you'd come on up, you heard from Jeff yesterday, but true as a corporate executive, seasoned corporate executive, and now I'm going to claim him as a best-selling author as well too. He got it started at the expo.
Thank you. Name of the company is called Rock Bottom University LLC. And Rock Bottom University LLC came out of having a rock bottom experience in life. And when I spoke yesterday, I talked about myself in terms of the front nine versus the back nine. The front nine of my life was absolutely stellar. Everything I did touched the goal. And unbelievable corporate career with some of the best companies, PepsiCo, Campbell Soup, J&J, and Time Warner. But January the 16th, 2013, my life got turned upside down. Mental health issues came out of nowhere. I was stressed beyond stress. And it actually put my life at risk. So once I was able to recover, I knew I could not no longer go back into the corporate environment. So I decided to retire. And that's what created this book, Welcome to Rock Bottom University, The Ultimate Guide to Rising Up. So I talk a little bit about the success coming up through corporate America, but I also talk about the battle that is not talked about in the African-American community, and that is mental health issues. And I'm here to tell you I had severe mental health issues. This book has 5 elements to it. Do not let where you launch from determine where you land in life. Do not let your moments in the valley keep you permanently enrolled in Rock Bottom University. Number 3, do not be led by your distractions, but by your dreams. Number 4, embrace God's word in Jeremiah 29:11, your best is yet to come. And last but not least, leave a lasting legacy that makes even God smile. The book is one thing, but I thought the best way for me to really make impact is to really get out on the speaking circuit. So we've created 3 workshops. One is Create Your Greatness Agenda, which is maximizing your God-given ability. The other one is Keeping Score in the Game of Life, Measure what matters. And the last but not least is from Rock Bottom to Breakthrough. So we will be out there knocking on some doors, and we're making some connections here. So thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Folks, his book is a great read. You want it. So thank you, Jeff, for sharing your experiences and opportunities. Tom Donatelli, if you'd come on up. Tom is with Shady Rest. I'll let him tell you about Shady Rest.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for the opportunity of letting us be involved with your golf expo, etc. And Jim, we approached Jim a year and a half ago in West Palm Beach, and we actually just took a trip, Jim and I and my wife Nina. We went to see Jim to say, we're the Shady Rest, and do you know what we are? So Shady Rest Country Club is in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and it is the first ever Black-owned and operated country club in America. So in the years that the country club existed, we had the pleasure and the nice opportunity to have John Shippen be the greenskeeper and the head pro for 32 years there. We also had Althea Gibson playing tennis on the clay courts. And she of course was the first ever Black woman to win a Wimbledon or any Grand Slam tournament. And one of our fun stories is that the year she won Wimbledon for the first time was 1956. The week later, she played in a tournament at Shady Rest and won that one as well, though she did lose in the doubles tournament. So the American Tennis Association, which was the tennis association for blacks only back in those years, was headquartered at Shady Rest for quite a period of time. So our mission, I'm part of and chairman of Preserve the Shady Rest. So our mission is to preserve the history, preserve the building, and preserve the golf course that still exists today. Our golf course is owned and operated by the Township of Scotch Plains, and we're in the process of renovating the building, bringing it back to its original heyday glory. We have 4 floors. The main floor has been renovated by the town recently so that we can have senior events, township events, town meetings, social activities. In the meantime, we used to have a speakeasy in the basement, and we had entertainers like Ella Fitzgerald, Cab Calloway, Louis Armstrong, Sarah Vaughan. We had numerous great performers there, and we want to renovate that speakeasy and bring it back to and make it into a operating nightclub again. On the second floor, which is now all air ducts for the air conditioning system, we want to turn that back into where Althea Gibson had her locker. And the third floor was where John Shippen lived for 30 years. And we want to turn that into the John Shippen Museum. So our goal is to do all of these renovations and et cetera. We're in the process of trying to acquire grants from the federal government, from the New Jersey Preservation Commission, et cetera. We're a 501c3, so we have the opportunity to apply for certain grants that the township can't, and we are working in conjunction with our township to try to generate funding to do all this nice work. Today, I think it was about 2 years ago, we had to do a renovation when we tore apart the original grand ballroom floor. So what we're doing is we're using some of the old floorboards to do a fundraising program, and we're raffling off a piece of history. And right now, if anybody's interested in having a piece of history from Shady Rest Country Club, please come and see us. We're doing tickets for $10. I think Jim has a piece of history already. And thank you very much for hearing me. I hope to see you guys inside, and let's push for Shady Rest. Any donations are accepted. Thank you very much.
Before Tom leaves, Shady Rest Black-owned Golf Club, 1921. Black investors out of New York bought the club from white people. Pardon me, Tom. It's a 9-hole course. I mean, it is it. And now we have Jim Checchio, Nina, Tom, that head this committee. This is history. Please get out your money. You can leave with a piece of history today with this raffle. I've been there. They allowed me up on the 3rd floor. I walked those floors that John Shippen was on. I've been in the Shady Rest. Folks, take advantage of it. There's all kind of great causes, but we have Shady Rest here. Thank you, Tom, Jim, Nina, for all you can do. Yeah, you asking me for permission? Really? Okay.
W.E.B. Du Bois used to frequent Shady Rest back in the years, yes. I just want to say that one of our partners and potential partners is the USGA. We've worked with the USGA for some advice toward what we're working toward. One of the things that's interesting is I don't know which one you girls work at. I know there's a new USGA museum in North Carolina, right? Where do you work? Okay, so we're right down the street from you. You're coming to visit. Okay, so John Shippen has a little part of the USGA museum. So they have John Shippen paraphernalia there. We're in talks with some of the people there, especially golf course consultants and that kind of thing. So thank you much for the USGA, and we look forward to working together with you guys as well.
Tom, thank you. I'd make one correction. I wouldn't call these young ladies girls, but I would say that they're young women. How about that? Okay.
I look at them as like nieces and
Okay, nieces and nephews. Okay, all right, good enough. Next, we have Mario McKinnon with Teray Multimedia. I will tell you before he starts, Mario is my right hand. He's been with me since the beginning, and he does everything that I can't do, and he does it well without any complaint. Mario McKinnon.
Thank you, Mr. Beatty, and it's good to be here. I want to introduce my children's book. It's called Golf is Our Sport, and it's written by me, illustrated by Malaysia K. Belton. This book introduces our children to the game of golf, but it also educates them on the history of Black people in golf. We mentioned Althea Gibson, we mentioned John Shippen, along with Charlie Sifford, Calvin Peete, and a lot of others. And it's just about me and my daughter. It goes on this journey of her wanting to go play her favorite sports, but I'm like, no, I'm going to introduce you to something new today. And that's what this book is about. It's a children's book. And also what made me want to do this is there's a man by the name of George Carter in Jacksonville, Florida. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, who introduced me to this game. He took me to the first tee in Jacksonville. I was 11 years old. And the day that he took me, I got a chance to meet Calvin Peete. And I didn't know then how important that is now. I had no idea. I got a chance to watch Calvin Peete hit balls. And he's like, hey, when they drop on the ground, say boom. You know, he was teaching us how to find the ball. So an amazing opportunity that I really do cherish. Amazing book. I'm very proud of it. And I want you guys to come check it out. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Oh, no. This is Mario. You please buy the book on behalf of your organization, distribute it. Next, we have a young Dustin Sutton, okay, who wants to talk about one of the greatest, I think, inventions in golf. Dustin, it's all yours. DeBert, get ready. You need to come on up.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I don't know about the best invention in golf, but the whole journey of making an idea a reality and the process of it, it's hard to explain. I know a lot of the entrepreneurs out there that are building something know, you know, and also you talk about the mental health aspect of it. It tests it all. It tests it all. And I'll tell you, coming home and telling my wife that I want to use some of our savings to build golf glasses when I work in commercial real estate, it's not an easy conversation. One of the hardest things, but I've been working on this for the past 2 years and just, I actually don't want to spend too much time on the actual product. If anybody wants to know about it, it's ranges. They're wearable range finders for golf. So they're sunglasses, but they GPS tell you the distance and the course information like a head-up display in a car. So I'm telling you, when I started doing this, if I would have known how hard it was, I probably wouldn't have done it. But I'm so glad I did, not just because what I've been able to build and with my team have been able to build, but more so what I've learned about myself, what I've learned about all the relationships that I've built over the time and what it really takes to make an idea a reality. But I want to go back to and really talk about, you know, my journey as a whole, because I think it is applicable here. I'm originally from Philadelphia. I moved out to San Diego 23 years ago. And, you know, growing up in Philadelphia, I had always been like the captain of my team and, you know, president of my high school. And I was a high achiever. And then when I moved out to San Diego, I couldn't get a job. After college, I couldn't get a job. And the only job that I could find was actually sweeping the floors at a manufacturing site. And at the time I was like, I'm going to make it. If my talk about rock bottom university, it was, I mean, I remember thinking like, I got to get this job because I got all this other stuff. And it was like, you know, if the only job you have is sweeping floors and loading trucks, you're going to have the best floors and the best loaded trucks, whatever that means. I don't know. Just give me the job. Right. So like that process was so humbling. And I just remember, well, if this is my story and this is where it starts, then that's going to have to be part of the story. And that's what I'm going to do. And over the years, then I got a sales job and I kind of moved up and I worked in medical equipment sales. And then I got into real estate and residential. Then I got into commercial real estate. Like it's been a journey, but what I've learned each time is that whatever it takes to get you to the next step, you got to do whatever it takes. And in a way that is not bitter, is not holding on. And so, so what I want to say is what this means to me, what this conference, what you all mean to me right now. It's so inspiring to be able. And by the way, I left for a couple hours because I was up there hustling. I was up there getting it. I'll tell you more about it later. I was getting it. But here, there's joy. And seeing what people are doing, and I'm new to the golf industry and even playing golf in general. And so learning about the history and what other people are doing, it energizes you. It fills you up with joy. So when I was up there hustling, I felt like I had all of us with me. And I felt limitless. So I want you all to like thank you. That clap is for you because I'm so grateful for Jim and everybody who put this together and everyone what you're doing. I'm going to do everything in my power the rest of my journey to continue to support this and to support us. So thank you. Keep pushing, keep working. You got to love it. Keep filling each other up with joy, and let's go out there and get it because there's a lot of work to be done. But thank you very much.
Man, that's outstanding. Listen, let me tell you, these people coming up on stage, many of them I've never met, only by phone and email. This is the first time I've met them. They didn't know me from Adam. Okay? This is the power of this golf. If we do it right. If we do it right. And there's a correction I want to make. I keep saying room 108. It is the Denise and Nate Howard Exhibition Center. So I apologize. Okay? But thank you. Thank you very much. There's Mr. Howard right there. Nathaniel, would you stand up, please? That's part of his center. That's my sister, his wife. Come on up. Now, we talk about the expo in all of its glory. Let me tell you something. This young lady standing next to me, there would not be an expo if it was not for DeBerk Cook. Now, she's going to talk, but I'm going to talk first, okay? I met DeBerk Cook 18, 19, 20 years ago when I got the magazine is how old?
22 years old.
Well, it was 21 years ago when I met her, I guess now. Okay? I was playing a little par 3 tournament. And in the goodie bag was the African American Golfers Digest. I couldn't believe it. There's a book? There's a magazine about black golf? Are you kidding me? So my team won. Yes, we won. But here's what I did. I went, of course, to the masthead. Who are these people? Who is this? Who is this DeBerk Cook? And I called her. I said, and I'm going to tell, here's the conversation. Ma'am, you don't know me from anyone. My name is James Beatty. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. Yes, there's black people in Omaha, but I got your magazine, and I'm here to tell you, I'm going to support your magazine. You don't have to pay me a dime. I believe in what you're doing. It's not about money, but what you're doing is a mission, a ministry, a calling, and count me in. Whatever you want, anytime, I got you. Fast forward to today. The story that's online today about the expo yesterday. At any point, and I've told every one of these vendors, you get me the story, I get it to DeBerk, we'll have it online in 24 hours. at this point, I'm just going to have to let the bird talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, it's exactly how the conversation went. And I did say, there's black people in Omaha. And he's been a strong partner with us. The magazine is 22 years old. I still can't believe it. It's like it just started yesterday. It's like my baby. You got to feed it. You got to groom it. Got to get it in front of the right people. You got to pick out the right educational sources. And the thing about the publication, after 22 years, we've been cramming content in there and trying to get all the good news out. There's so much good things happening in golf. Until now, I said, you know what? We are tired of trying to cram everything in. The magazine, I'm very pleased to make an announcement today that instead of coming out just 4 times a year, it will now be coming out 6 times a year. And that's all because of the support of our loyal readers, subscribers, those that advertise with us. We've been able to be consistent. We've been able to share stories that you won't find anywhere else. So those of you here, some of our best stories and content come from readers who will email me, did you know this? Hey, did you hear about this? And those are where we get most of our content from, because the mainstream media, they don't think it's valuable. They don't cover anybody but 1 or 2, or they pick and choose somebody. But we will take care of your stories, your children, your events. You just send them to me on my email. I answer all my own emails. If you leave a voicemail, I will call you back. And that's just my mode of operation. I think that's what's been good, because we're very personal with our audience. We feel like you are our family. We call it, thank you for joining our family when you subscribe. The magazine is here. It's on our table. Feel free to take as many copies as you want for your golf buddies, your friends, your children. And I will be there personally the rest of today and tomorrow to answer any questions you might have about advertising your business or subscribing. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What? Don't go anywhere. She means that as well too. Please take copies of the magazine. And as a small business person, yes, please advertise. It's not as expensive as you might think. But let's get off the expense column. This is an investment. Okay, what's our platform? And I say our because I've served as the executive editor. She made me executive editor, increased my pay. She doubled my pay from 0 to 20. So I'm in good shape. But absolutely. So our platform is this. We have how many subscribers?
Yeah, we have 80,000 subscribers who come through our social media. It's actually more than that, but I just want to be conservative when people ask about advertising. And we have our platforms on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're popping up some stuff on Twitter, on TikTok now. And then we have our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we also have our tournaments and programs. We do a lot of worldwide golf travel events. So go to our travel section and you'll see a lot of programs and events that are available for you to travel with us.
Absolutely. I believe it was in 2025, DeBerg called and said, Jim, our platforms now combined, our combined platforms have now hit over 1 million visitors. 1 million. So it's an investment. And the other thing I should say is this magazine, she is in Ghana. She lives in Ghana. The magazine is produced by people in Italy and elsewhere, right?
Elsewhere. I've been working remotely for about the last 10 years. So the transition of moving to Ghana was just because I retired. Well, y'all won't let me retire, but I retired. So I moved to Ghana, but the office in New York is still functioning.
African American Golfers Digest. You can also list your tournaments in there at no cost. This is DeBerg Cook. This is the madam of the golf industry. That might be a bad term, but anyway, this is the first lady of the golf industry. Look, folks, okay, we are really finished.